Hello once again, our most developed student. My name is Confident and welcome to our 24-minute lesson. This is the ultimate guide in maths, science, career guidance, as well as a sneak peek into my personal experiences. This is a channel designed with you in mind. Let us dive into today's lesson. In this video, we are continuing with now the practice of the arithmetic series, where we are going to look at some examples. In the previous video, we looked at this part where we are deriving this formula and how to go about it. So we did this formula here. If you didn't catch up, I will encourage you to watch the previous video because it's very important for you to understand how to go about this formula. It was a little bit of some work, you can see there, but we managed to derive this. But now in this lesson, we are looking now at some examples on how the arithmetic series you can approach it. Now look at the first question here. It says you decide to save money for a trip next month. So you have a trip that you want to undergo, so you decide to save money. You come up with an idea to save money according to the number of days. For the it says for day and to say days, for days of the for day of month 1. Let me try to say what I was trying to say. For day of month 1, you save 1 rand. For day 2, you save 2 rand. For day 3, you save 3 rand, and so on until day 31 of the month, where you save 31 rand. So let's make a sense of this. So let's think of January. We're in the month of Jan. Now the month of January has got 31 days. So on day 1, on the new year, day 1, you decide to save 1 rand. Now on the 2nd of January, you are going to save what? 2 rand. On the 3rd of January, you're going to save what? 3 rand. On the 4th of January, you're going to save 4 rand. Now on the 15th of January, what are you going to save? You're going to save 15 rand. So you have got a place where you're putting this money. You've got your money box, where on day 15 you put in 15 rand. On day 21, you go and put in 21 rands, and so on and so on. And then it says calculate the total amount of money you will have saved at the end of the month. When you add all these monies, how much are you going to have saved? So this is an arithmetic sequence because this is what you're doing. These are the days of the month. You have got day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, and so on up to day 31. You agree with me? These are the days. So now on day 1, what do you save? 1 rand. Plus on day 2, you save 2 rand. Plus day 3, 3 rand. Plus day 4, 4 rand. Plus 5 rand, and so on up to plus 31 rand. I see. So which means if you want to find how much you made, is the sum of what? The money you did for 31 days. Our end there is 31. Are you with me? Now how do you use then that formula? So what you do, you have to find first is your first term, which is this one. This is our what? Our A, our first term. But now if you do this to say T2, remember this is T1, this is T2, this is T3, and so on. T2 minus T1, which is 1, 1. That is our what? This becomes our D, our common difference. So you write the formula now. Sn is equal to n over 2 2a plus n minus 1 what? N minus 1 d. Then you can calculate how much money you saved for 31 days. This is a formula that you can use. Instead of saying 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 until plus 31, then you can say how many days is 31 over 2. Remember my n is 31, bracket 2, our a is 1, plus n minus 1, my n is 31, minus 1, and our common difference is multiplied by 1. Then this is equal to 31 over 2. Actually, I don't advise working it from here. I advise get a calculator and straight away do that. Don't try to simplify, because most of you make errors at this stage. You try to simplify because you are not so strong with your addition, multiplication, subtraction. You made errors. 2 bracket 1, see that, plus, and then bracket 31 minus 1 times 1. But I will encourage you, let me close that first. That 1, which is your D, it's always better to put it before like that, because your calculator will give you an error if you put it in the end. Equal to 496. So the money you're going to save, guys, it's not bad for a student. By the end of the month, if you can try it now, save that money, 1 rand to tomorrow on day 2. Today, if it's the 6th of Jan, you save 6 rand. Tomorrow, 7th of Jan, you save 7 rand. You are going to have 496 rand. Just imagine, this is good money and it's a good saving strategy. Think of it. Let's say we've got how many months in a year? We have got 12 months, and roughly a month is out of 30 days. It's 30 days. So let's say by 11 months times this 496. Let's say you do for 11 months. Say 496 times 11. I know there is that 30 or 31 day, but you might have at the end around 5,000 rand in a year that you'd have saved, give or take, plus or minus, but that is somewhere there that you might be having at the end of the month. All right, so this is how you can apply the summation. Let's look at the next question. It says calculate the sum of the following finite series. Finite means it ends. Then you've got 3, 5, 7 plus 1, 1, 1. Oh, by the way, someone would have asked to say, is this all that we can do? No, we can use this formula also on this one. Sn is equal to n over 2a plus l, where l is the last term, and we know that our last term was what? 31. So you come here and say T31 is equal to a plus n minus 1 d. This is not 31 as such, for now it's Tn, remember. So let's find T31. What will be T31? T31 here will be equal to a, remember, was 1 plus n, which is 31 minus 1, and d being 1. So you'll have 1 plus 31 minus 1, 1 plus 30, which is what? 31. So you can come in here and use the formula to say sum of 31 was 31 over 2. Our a was 1 plus last term was 31. You could have used this formula, and then let's see if ever it can give us the same answer. To say 31 over what? Over 2 bracket 1 plus 32 equal to 1 plus 31, not 32 actually. It's 32 I wanted to say, equal to 496. You see that? So you can still arrive at the same answer. So now on this question, let me erase everything and start this new one. It says here, calculate the sum of the following finite. Finite means it ends. It ends in 1, 1, 1. Calculate the sum of the finite series 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus until that. So let's do that. 3 plus 5 plus 7. So what we have this one, which is 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus blah 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 1, 1, 1. So in a way, you want the sum Sn is equal to, you're adding this. Now first things first, remember this is your T1, T2, T3. It's good to always find the common difference. 5 minus 3, it's 2. Check the next one. 7 minus 5, it's 2. If this is consistent, you know that this becomes your D. So here our D is equal to 2, and our A, first term T1, is equal to 3. Right, but now let's write the formula. I want to see something. Sn is equal to n over 2 bracket 2a plus n minus 1 and d. If I want to find now the sum, now the question I will be stuck is how many terms now, because they want me to find this. I don't know how many terms, okay? But now, even if I try to use the other formula, let's try the other one. Sn is equal to n over 2 a plus l. Look what I can put. I will have s is equal to, now I don't know here, I'm still stuck with n over 2 because I don't know the number of terms. I know the first term, which is 2 times 3 plus n minus 1. I still don't know that, but I know my d is times 2. It's always better to put it like that. Or for the sake of the calculator, you can put the 2 before the n minus 1. Alright, so which means we are stuck with our n. Even here, if I do the other formula, I'll still be stuck with n over 2. I know my a is 3, and my last term is that 111. But still I'm stuck with what? With n. Then what do? You need to come here and use that formula for Tn. Remember, Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1d. That formula will tell us to say what will be Tn is equal to 111, the last term. This is the last term. So this is the value of last term. We know that the value of the last term is what? 111. So we want to find what t is this. We want to find that Tn. So Tn is equal to that. Then we come here and say is equal to actually not Tn now, I'll say a, which is a plus n minus 1 d will be the one that will give me 111. What is my a? Is 3 plus n minus 1, but I don't know my d is times 2. It's better to put times 2 is 111. As I said, it's always better to start with 2 there, but I'll do it in the next step. Now 3 is positive here, take it to the other side to join 111. So you will have n minus 1. I said put 2 first, is equal to 111 minus 3. So open that bracket there. 2 times n is 2n. 2 times 2 minus 2 is equal to 108. So that, then you say in here, take that to the other side. You've got 2n is equal to 108 plus 2. So 2n is equal to 11 this over 2. What will be your n? Our n will be equal to I think it will be 55 there. If you divide 2 into this, is 5. There is 55. So you have your n as 55. That's what was missing here. To say now, you can say sum of 55 is equal to 55 over 2, and then 2, 3 plus 55 minus 1 times 2. Then please just use that times 2 so that you can be able to use the calculator. So it will be what? Bracket 55 over 2, bracket, it's 2 bracket 3 plus, don't forget, be careful with brackets, 555 here minus 1. I want you to practice this also. Now if you just put 2 there and you close, equal to, you see you get an error. So I'll encourage you, come there and put a times, equal to. Okay, it still gives an error. So with the calculator, then come back here. I think I see now there was a bracket there. I forgot that bracket. If I say times 2, I think it must give me, yes, there it does. I had not included a bracket in 55 minus 1. It's 3135. See, that is the sum. What about this? If I was using this one here, the other formula, which is sum of 55 is 55 over 2, which is 3 plus 111. Don't simplify it, just use a calculator straight away like that. It must work out, which is 55 over 2 bracket is 3 plus 1, 2, 3. Okay, equal to 3135. And you can see these are the same, so that's what you need to do on that. All right, so that's how you can apply that formula. Done with that one, let's move on to the other one. It says calculate this. Now very, very important, I want you to pay attention. Now I'm gonna do it like this. This is a summation. They're saying evaluate. Sometimes they use the word evaluate there. Evaluate instead of calculate. Now fine, let's calculate. Let's look at it. If we are given this summation to say 50 and then m is equal to 2, 5 minus 2m. Now, step by step, what do I do here? First of all, the simple part here is already I'm dealing with what? With arithmetic series. So we are not going to say let's try with geometric and everything, but in an exam you need to first test, is this arithmetic or geometric? But now, since we know it's arithmetic, let's find what is the sum of this. Remember, this is sum. This sign here, this symbol means sum, summation. So it means is the same as someone saying SN or sum of 50. You look at the last number, which is what? 50. So sum of, is it 50? No, let me stop there for now, but let me use SN because I will explain why I'm saying that. So sum of n, that's what it means, is equal to, maybe I need to write it down first to say this means sum of n is equal to. Now, what we need to do when we're evaluating this, we need to start with the value of m to say when m is what? 2. You see, it's telling you that it's 5m minus 2. So when m is 2, it's 5 minus 2. That's the first part, plus, because it means sum. 5 minus 2, from 2 where do you go? To 3, plus 5 minus 2, from 3 where do you go? To 4, plus dot dot dot, plus 5 minus 2, where are we ending? We're ending at 50. This is what it simple means, which is equal to, then you can use a calculator if you want to use a calculator here to say, let's look at it. It's 5 minus 2 times 2. 5 minus 2 times 2, it's what? I get 1 in the first one. 5 minus 2 times 3, it was 1, now minus 1. 5 minus 2 times 4, minus 1, minus 3. So it was 1 plus minus 1 plus minus 3 plus, still fine. You're saying, but you can't put a negative, and this is still fine. 5 minus 2 times 50 equal to minus 95. You are adding these numbers. You see, that's what this Sn, that's why I put sum of n terms to say this sum of n here is as good as you adding these numbers. But now for n, what must you do? Pay attention now. The n part, how many terms are there? How many terms? Number n is number of terms. So when you're given such a summation, how many terms? This is how you find n. N is equal to top minus bottom plus 1, which is equal to, what is my top? Is 50. This is my top, minus my bottom is 2 plus 1. What is 50 minus 2 plus 1? 50 minus 2 is 48 plus 1 is 49. So there are 49 terms. That's what I was supposed to put there. Don't put 50 because you say 50. No, just check. Always say top minus bottom, top minus bottom plus 1. It will give you the sum of terms. Then from here you are able to do what you have to do. You find what is the common difference. Remember, common difference here, it must be what? Minus 1 minus 1. So it's minus 1, which is negative 2. You can try with the other one. Minus 3 minus minus 1. So in here, d is equal to minus 1, which is equal to minus 2. You can try on the other one. D is equal to t3 minus t2, which is negative 3 minus bracket minus 1. You see that? Which is minus 2. Be careful. So I know my d is negative 2. I know my first term a is equal to first term t1 is equal to 1. Then from here I know my number of terms. I can use now the formula as n is equal to n over 2 2a plus n minus 1 what? D. Are you with me? Then from there, sum of 49 is equal to n 49 over 2. 2a is 1 plus 49 minus 1. Now times negative 2. Always multiply. And if we use the calculator for that, to say over 2, and then it will be 2 times 1. As I say, be careful with the brackets, especially here, because they are inner brackets and the outer brackets. Plus 49 minus 1. Then I say here, you say times negative 2, but don't forget to close the outer bracket. It's negative 32303. I know the answer is not really important, but it is the step towards that. Alright, now I want you to try this one for me. Check if you are getting the same answer. Use that one for the formula. Sn is n over 2a plus l. Can you use this one? Now the last term, already you know the last term. What is the last term here? You will know the last term. We did find is this one. 5 minus 2 times 50. It is the last term, which is minus 95. So you put it there. Put the first term. Check if you're getting the same answer. Alright. Now with that, let's go to the next one. It says calculate. Now we are supposed to calculate this. It's similar to the previous one. It's like 4 marks here. It's similar. First you have to evaluate it, but now they are telling you that after adding everything here, the answer is this. So which means Sn is 1287. You see, now what they are actually usually looking for here is to find the m. You can see, if I can expand this, they need you to find m. Says calculate what? You are calculating the number of terms there. So how do you go about that? You evaluate it like what you did previously. Since it's the end is m, sum of m terms is, you start with 1. When k is 1, it's 7 times 1 plus 5 plus 7 times 2 plus 5. This is your term 1, this is your term 2. Our term 3, it's plus, because we're adding now. It's not a sequence, remember, this is a series. 7 times 3 plus 5 plus, this will continue, plus the last term is what? 7 times k becomes m plus 5. You see now where it's happening. Then you can continue now. 7 plus 1 times 5, I think this is 12, plus 7 times 2 is 14, plus 5 is 19, plus 7 times 3, which is 21, plus 5, it's 26, plus blah blah blah, which is 7m plus 5. You can simplify that. This becomes your last term, and this becomes your first term, your a. I think that. Then when you have done that, it's up to you now how you want to go about it. But first of all is to check your common difference. 19 minus 12 as well as 26 minus 19. Check that is giving you a constant number. So if I subtract 19 minus 12, I'm getting 7, as well as 26 minus 19, I'm getting 7. So you see that this 7 is my common difference. Then it's up to me how I want to go about it. Here I can use the simpler one, which is this formula. Sn is n over 2. It's simpler here to use a plus l. It's much quicker. Now I know my Sn. It's 1287. So I come here and say 1287 is equal to n over 2. I know my first term a is 12 plus my last term is what? You see, it's 7m plus 5. Remember, the aim was to find that m. So the actually here, also check carefully here, you put m now, because that's the last. Sm, it's m over 2, right? And then in here also it's m over 2. What do you do? How do you simplify this? 1287 is equal to m over 2. Add what is inside. 12 plus 5, 12, it's 17 plus 7m And then how do you do that? After adding these, because they are common, they are inside the bracket. Now look at this, multiply by 2, multiply by 2. Why? You are getting rid of that 2. Are you with me? Don't forget that. And then from there, you don't have to multiply, you can leave it like that. 1287 is equal to m bracket 17 plus 7m. You see that? Then open the bracket. 17 times m times that. Then can multiply that and see what it gives us. That 2 times 1287. 2 times 1287 is equal to 2574. So 2574 is equal to 17m plus 7m squared. This is now a quadratic equation. Take this one to the other side. You'll have 0 is equal to, start with the m squared plus 17m, then positive becomes minus 2574. That's where errors are made. Be careful of changing signs. Then remember it's same as 7m squared plus 17m minus 2574 equal to 0. Now quadratic equation is easier, where this is my what? This is my a, that's my b, that's my c. And then what is it? We are counting m is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Are you with me? And then from there, m is equal to minus b is 17 plus or minus square root of b squared, 17 squared minus 4. My a is what? My a is 7. AC is negative 2574 all over what? 2a is 7. Then you get two values of m. One will be valid and the other one will not be valid in most cases. So let's try that. So we have got fraction minus, can put that 17, it's not necessary though, plus square root of bracket 17 squared minus 4a is 7, c is negative 2574 all over 2 bracket 7, see, equal to, first one m is 18, go back to get the other one. So if m is 18, put a negative, and m is negative 30. So m is 18 and m is negative 143 over 7. Do you see what I was telling you? One of them will be valid, and then this one you say not, m is not equal to. Then you get therefore m is equal to 18. That's the conclusion. But now, quick one, because my time is over 24 minutes. Now look at this. I use this formula and you might be arguing, but why didn't you use our common one, which is Sn is n over 2 2a plus n minus 1d. You might be asking, why didn't we? Can still use it. Now where there is n, you put what? You put m, you put m, you put m. Why? Because the summation ends in m. Remember, it's sum of up to m. So when you've done that, you look at it to say you know what is Sm. Similarly, what we did here, this was our Sm. So you're going to say 1287 is equal to m over 2, and then 2a. What was the first term? Our first term was 12. So we multiply that by 12 plus m minus 1, and then d. We got our d was what? We said our d was 7. Are you seeing that? So it's the same thing, same approach. Then, but it's your duty now to say 1287 is equal to m over 2. You multiply 2 times 4, it's 24. Then plus 7 m minus 1. I'm putting 7 first so that it's easier for you to multiply like this. See that? Which is 1287 is m over 2. Then you've got 24, 7 times m plus 7m, 7 times minus 1 minus 7. Then what you have is 24 minus 7. What is that? If you can subtract 24 minus 7, what are you getting? So if I say 24 minus 7, I'm getting what? 17. See that? So you'll have here m over 2 is 7m plus 17 is 1287. Now look at this. If you see 7m plus 17, we got it 17 plus 7m. So everything now from here is now the same thing we did here. So the steps now are generic, So that is how you can work about it, guys. This is already over the time I wanted to spend, but anyway, I just wanted to bring this to you as one lesson. You can do more practice, you can do other questions and follow up the stages, and then it is going to be you'll be able to follow up when it comes to the summation series. This is the arithmetic. Now in the next lesson, the important one also is the proof of the what? Geometric series. I'm going to demonstrate to you how you can prove it, so that in an exam, should such a question come, you'll be able to follow. Then join me in the next lesson. Remember to subscribe. It's very important to subscribe and ensure your notification bell is turned on. Thank you.